Hey, how old are you? 18, 25, 35, 46, 60, 75, 95. Is age just a number? The cliche when it comes to dating is that age is just a number, baby. Does age matter? You often heard from your parents, family members, or friends. Is this your age to wear something like that? Please behave like your age, man. But what do you think? Is there any age limit to do certain things? Meet 90 years old gymnast. Now meet Marine who's skydiving. What about the salsa expert Paddy who is 80 years old? The list is long. Hey, but wait, our video is not about motivation. Okay, my mistake. Let's come back to the track. Maybe you are thinking right now, what is the use of age when anybody can do anything at any age? What does age define?
And I was born in 1999 with absolutely no sight. And I may be visually impaired, but I've done some amazing things in my life that people twice my age haven't done. And it's not what it is that matters, it's how you deal with it that matters.
Age is not important for bodybuilding. Your mind, your heart. This I'm training because I want to keep myself fit. Because a lot of my friends now, they got sugar, pressure, they go for jealousy, all this,
I don't mix with anybody my age. I'm 85 years old in July. I don't go by age of anything. I've become aware that age is, it's a number.
If it doesn't mean anything, then why doesn't the government allow students to appear in various government exams, military exams after a certain age? So what does age define? So does age define experiences or it defines your capacity of doing certain things? Age is not just a number. Age is two numbers actually. Each number defines different types of age. Number 1 is chronical age and number 2 is biological age. Let's talk about chronical age. Chronical age neither defines your capacity of doing anything nor defines experiences. It's just a number which tells how many years you have been on earth.
भाईजान, आप ही बताइए, इनका क्या उम्र होगा?
40 साल हो गई। क्या? कितनी उम्र लगती है मेरी? 40। 35। 24। भोसड़ी के आज ही पैदा हुए हैं। हैप्पी बर्थडे।
Irony is that we judge people on the basis of this chronical age, which merely means anything. My personal experience, my ex-girlfriend's mother told me I am too old. I don't know whether she meant biological or chronical. Okay, come back to the point. We have basic assumption that if you lived on earth, it means you should have more experiences. Ideally, it should be the scenario, but in reality, everyone has different experiences depending on various factors. So we are saying age criteria which we put on certain things merely mean anything. For example, I learned a bike riding when I was 12 years old, but I couldn't get a license. According to the government, I am not capable of driving at the age of 12. So I thought why these rules are there. So these rules are sometime to protect you or sometime stop you. I assume wherever or physical activity involved, then rules tend to be strict like child labor, driving or sex.
Give me Christmas. Ice.
But wherever use of the brain is required, then there is no restriction. For example, you can be an entrepreneur or start your own company. But again, I wonder if you can start your own company, but you can't vote below 18. Like, which part is tough? Starting a company or voting? So, yeah, we can say chronical age is nothing but a number, which represents how many years you have been living on earth, which we calculate on birthday candles. Now let's talk about the important part of the video, biological age. Biological age is trickier to pin down, but think of it this way, we are all on a journey towards frail, worn down, illness-prone bodies, but some of us are getting there more quickly than the others. Our biological age differs, sometimes by a lot. There is no question we all do not age at the same rate. Just go to your school reunion and look around. Slow biological aging is what we perceive in a friend who looks younger than her chronicle age. Fast biological aging is what we fear when we say stress has taken years off our lives. In 2020, biological age is more than just a feeling, it's a science. Researchers are developing new ways to measure it. They are also working on ways to slow it down with drugs, dietary regime, and other approaches. They don't expect cure aging. But what we would like to do is change the rate at which that happens so that in 20 years, you might age 10 years. We are not there yet, but we already know enough for all us to take biological aging seriously and to try to do something about it, while scientists keep working on better braking systems. Now let's talk about the research on biological age. Young adults often live like they are invincible. And most are outwardly pretty healthy. They are free of deep wrinkles, grey hairs, and have yet to develop any chronic ailments. But researchers have discovered something that might startle many young people. By their late 30s, some will be biologically 60 years old. That was the conclusion of a study of nearly 1,000 people born in the same New Zealand hospital in the same year. Using 18 different biomarkers, measurement that included cardiorespiratory fitness, body mass index, cholesterol counts, liver and kidney health, immune status, and even gum health. Researchers compared participants at age 26, 32, and 38. While most people aged about 1 year biologically for each calendar year, some aged more than twice as fast, and some aged barely at all. At 38, their biological ages ranged from 28 to 61. Rapid agers felt older according to their own health reports and looked older according to strangers asked to guess their ages. They also did worse on the test of physical and mental agility. Those striking results upended the view that aging difference begin much later in life. The difference that start in young adulthood accelerate from there. By their mid-70s, some people are bedridden while others are active and working. Now let's talk about factors behind fast-growing biological age. What happens when you are 70 is a reflection of things that have been happening to you throughout your life. Our bodies are constantly subjected to stress and damage. Mental and physical trauma, gravity, radiation, and other forces take a daily invisible toll. Still, most of us manage to function well and recover from illness and injury for many decades, thanks to repair mechanism built into our cell. What happens is that the repair mechanism eventually becomes damaged and we get into trouble.
Don't trouble the trouble. If you trouble the trouble, trouble troubles you. I'm not the trouble.
Trouble tends to begin sooner in people with a history of stressful childhood experiences such as poverty, abuse, according to research by Belaski and others. Well-known health risks such as smoking, obesity, and poor diets also speed up aging. Research shows genes matter, but maybe not as much as people assume. There are a lot of studies that shows about 25% of how healthy you remain and how long you live is due to genetics, which you cannot control, and the rest is due to the environment, much of which you can control. We can affect our aging rates even in our 60s and beyond, with basic healthy habits and perhaps some still experimental intervention. It can be true that it's never too late, but also be true that to get the best response, it's best to start early. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any feedback, please let us know in the comment section below, and do not forget to share and subscribe. Please guys, please share with your friends. Please ask, because we are not getting views, you know that. We are putting lots of effort and we are not getting good views. So please guys, share. I love you. Love you all the people who are continuously supporting us, continuously commenting. Love you guys. Thank you so much. We'll try to make India a little knowledgeable. Together we can do. And wherever you feel that this is not good video, you comment it and say this is stupid, this part is stupid, this part is no, I didn't like this part. So we'll get to know. You understand? We want to improve our content. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. Tata. Hasta la vista. अरे फोन बंद करो भाई. अति विनायक दूरी. अरे बंद करो भाई. आफ्ताब